There are a lot of forms of minimalism, and I feel like one that's not touched on enough is digital minimalism. So there's emotional minimalism, there's physical minimalism, where you're eliminating most of the stuff in your life that is causing distractions, but then there's digital minimalism, and I kind of gotta, retain audience, kind of grip you. So my thing is, whatever you're doing in your life right now with your technology, you're most likely doing it wrong. So even if you're not a minimalist, I would suggest watching this video. Just regular people who have devices that they feel like they could kind of clear up their mind around trying to stay off the device, or just trying to make sure that when they are on the device that they're keeping on a certain task. So one of my main things is to probably have a separate screen and a separate folder if you have like an iPhone or anything. Make sure that you have your social medias and other fun apps in a separate folder or screen, so that way it's out of sight, out of mind, right? The out of sight, out of mind is the saying. I find myself trying to click on those apps more and more, and when I'm trying to get on there to look at email, or I'm trying to get on there to write someone back on like a messenger or whatever, it's very hard for me to focus whenever Instagram has 39 notifications and YouTube has this and this and that. Now for me, YouTube, I have to look at the notifications because that's the main way I run my business. Business being YouTube. I don't actually have a business. I sound professional, but I'm not. And when I have to look at my statistics and notifications, I have to go to the YouTube Studio app or YouTube itself. So that's really mainly where I run my kind of technical and stuff that I actually need to get on my phone for serious stuff. But with like Instagram and Twitter, I try to keep those on a separate screen. And every so often I'll find myself moving them back to the home bar. And I'm like, no, that's not a good idea. You never want to have the apps that you tend to get on more and more that tend to get you in situations that you don't want to be in, or tend to keep you drawn onto this app for longer than you actually need to be. So always make sure that if it is on the front screen, it's in a place where it's harder to reach, or on a completely different screen or folder. Now, a really good way is probably put it on the last screen that you can get to inside a folder. And on iPhone, you can do many screens of folders, so try to get at the last screen. So just try to put your social media stuff farthest away that you can if you find that that's what's happening. If you find that you're just on the phone too much in general, what I would suggest is going to watch other people's videos about how detoxing works with digital devices and stuff. My kind of thing is to really set time for yourself. You have, okay, so this is an hour, I'm going to check email. Then you find yourself drifting towards other stuff, you have to say, stop, what am I here for? And then maybe even create a time for your fun activities. So you say, well, I'm going to do 30 minutes of Instagram here, and you don't have to do your day in such a way where it's like box, because then your day is completely ruined and you just feel like you're a robot. What I'm saying is make sure that your time is in a correct spot and that it's not taking up more than it needs, because Instagram and Twitter are apps that are designed to keep you drawn in, for you to install them first of all, and to keep you drawn in and keep refreshing your feed and stuff, because that's just the way the apps are created. So the more and more you can get away from that, the better you are going to be mentally. If you find that you are getting onto Gmail and stuff, I would suggest putting that also on a different screen. But if you get onto it for business but then get lost, I would suggest keeping it more towards the front because it is for business. But then again, catch yourself, because it's not just about, oh, I got on the thing. It's about how you want to spend your time and how you want to actually divide it between fun and business. So you need to make sure that, is this going to be disturbing what I'm going to be doing on the week? Like when it comes to the weekends, you can pretty much do whatever you want unless you work on the weekends. But if you're saying that you have to write these 3 emails or else you're going to have 3 extra hours, let's say, of work on the week, then you should probably not be looking at other stuff in that time box that I was suggesting earlier. So make sure that you are inside those time boxes. Make sure that you are staying on task with what you are doing. Another good way to stay on task is to set alarms for when your time is over, or to set tasks that have to happen after you're done. So if you say, after I'm done answering emails, I'm going to go do the dishes, right? Let's just say that the dishes have been piling up for the past few days and you need to do them. And then that you find that maybe you're getting off track. You're like, well, I have to do these emails because after this I have to do the dishes. And those can't push because I have a meeting after that. So you have to kind of sort it in a way that makes yourself not want to go onto these apps that are supposed to draw you in. They're meant to draw you in, right? I've taken several detoxes from technology just because I find that the more and more I'm on it, or the more that I give myself time on it, the more that my moods change, my emotions change, and I'm just kind of a all-around asshole to other people. Now, a good way to change this is to not be an asshole. That's probably a very good first step. But taking a break from technology and just digital life every once in a while is a healthy thing, because I've heard a lot of people say this, and I forgot who actually said it, but I heard this a couple days ago, and it's that the phones work for us, not the other way around. I'm not trying to go like all boomer language, phone bad, book good kind of thing. What I'm trying to say is that it's healthy for you to not be on the devices 24/7. And like I said, it's different when it comes to work. It's still not healthy for you to be on it 24/7, even if it is work, but it's just not healthy for you to be on it all the time, period. Now, right now I feel like I'm parenting you, and that's not really the point of this video. The point of the video is to say that it's healthy for you to take breaks, and it's healthy for you to set timestamps for yourself so that you are taking breaks, because I feel like the more and more technology is being produced, the more and more people are getting access to it, the more that it's really latching onto people's lives. Because sometimes I'm just so wrapped up in my thing, like on my device or my phone or my computer, that I look outside and it's such like a beautiful day. And I stop outside and the weather is just perfect, and I find myself sitting on the porch, just sitting there in the sun, just basking it all in, and realizing that I'd just been stuck in the screen editing for, 3 hours? And then I'm like, wow, this is like just really sucked me in. And there's this hyperlinking kind of thing that goes on with me, where I'll see something on Instagram and then I'll Google it. When I Google it, then I go into YouTube to do some research, and then I say, oh wow, this guy's videos are cool. Then I look through their videos and I'm like, oh wow, that's really cool. I wonder if I can do this in my editing app. Then I go to my editing app and then I'm like, oh wait, I swear I saw something like this on Instagram. Then I go back to Instagram and then I'm like, oh wait, dude, this dude totally gave me a shout out. Go on a Twitter, tweet about it. And then I found myself just going all over the place because of one thing. So I need to, this is for me personally, but if you find yourself doing this, you probably, again, need a time box with different situations. So like 30 minutes Instagram, 30 minutes Twitter. And it's always okay to have a certain amount of time where you're like, okay, I'm just gonna, like weekends are a perfectly fine example, where you're just gonna be like, okay, I'm just gonna spend a few minutes just doing stuff, checking up on stuff, just casual, not time boxing, and you do this in these particular time, but just to kind of have time to refresh on anything, because digital everything is kind of a big way to communicate with everyone. No one just goes out to their mailbox and gets a letter because someone wrote them a letter. No one writes letters anymore, which is so stupid. Letters are so personal and so amazing, but everyone is communicating on this digital, on the internet, on their digital devices. And a lot of people just kind of lose touch with reality, because this has become reality now. And sometimes I think it's good to take a step back and look around you and think, okay, well, what do I need to do to connect back with my family, back with nature, back with just the people around me, just back into the world outside of the devices. And let me just come back to it again. You work for the devices. The devices do not work for you. I want you to remember that. Make sure to have a splendid day. I want to make more minimalism videos, and I feel like this was a good place to start. New setup, I know. I have the mic down here on a bench. It's a very weird setup, but I feel like it's actually working for me. So I'm actually happy with it. Hopefully you guys like it. Honey is there in the background. Honey! Honey! You can't see her from there. I don't know if you can. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to like. If you loved it, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm so happy we literally just reached 30 subscribers, which is insane. I was going to make a video about it, but I want to take a more professional approach to my channel, so I don't feel like making update videos about how many subscribers I have is an appropriate thing to do at this point. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to check out my blog and my Instagram and all my social medias. Make sure that you don't stay on them too long, because I know I post such amazing pictures. And as always, make sure mom's not cooking spaghetti with your tennis racket, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.